Well, hello my beautiful Cancerians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your full moon reading. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your full moon reading. It's a supermoon and it's in the sign of Aquarius. It is the last supermoon of the year and it is a very volatile energy. So things can feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. You may be unable to sleep easily. You may feel a little bit more grouchy than usual. This is a very pressurized energy, okay? So it can also feel like people are pressing your buttons or you're taking 2 steps forward and 4 steps back in things that you're trying to accomplish. So go easy with yourself. Feel that compassion for yourself as we move through this time period. It's meant to be like this. Around about the 17th of August, things start to get easier, okay? Now, you've got a lot of cards here that Spirit would like to focus on, but I'm going to get all your cards first before I connect to the outcome energy, just so you're aware. Now, we do have influences from the Sun, which is all about ego and the sense of self, and Saturn, which is it's actually in retrograde, and it's all about deconstruction. So you may feel a little bit more like hard on yourself. During this period, you may feel moments of sort of unpicking your sense of self, maybe looking at obstacles or self-doubt, but also this can be a time where, as I said, people push your buttons and make you feel like there's a little bit of pressure in that area between you and somebody, like a relationship or a friendship, or even things at work may get on your nerves a little bit more than usual. Know that this too shall pass. I just want you to be aware of the corresponding energy, because if we can understand what's going on, then we can actually harness that energy for something positive, okay? Now, okay, it was taking a while to come there. Also, just to let you know, we have that 2nd house activated for you. You may be going through that at the moment, but as we move through the full moon or supermoon energy, your 8th house is activated as well. Now, the 2nd house is all about value, how you value yourself, and also things that are important to you, family members, your soul tribe, people that you work with that you care about perhaps. It's all about people and situations being an extension of who you are and how you value yourself. Also, you may be focused a little bit more on finances this month as well, thinking about cash, safeguarding your money, protecting what's yours, what you already have, and making more. And for those of you who are not working, for example, if you're looking for an opportunity, I do feel like there's one coming towards you, something that you've been wishing for. So rest assured that there is change. And for those of you who are retired, this time period is like taking stock of all that you've achieved and what's your next move, embracing new life in a different time. It's almost like in a different time frequency where it's not that you're slowing down, by no means at all. I feel like you're connecting to things that you haven't been able to connect to in the past. You've got a lot more time for you, and some of you may sort of like connect to a hobby or something that you're really interested in order to fill your time. But I do see you protecting your money also. Now, the 8th house is all about transforming your finances, reshuffling things around to make sure they work. Now, I know it sounds a little bit dull that, you know, the houses that you're focused on right now are financial, but it's important, okay? Especially with the way the world is at the moment. I feel like your 2nd and 8th house are actually asking you to look at the things that you've already achieved and sort of build a solid foundation when it comes to your finances. So, you know, you may be paying off bills that you have been meaning to pay off in full, but you haven't quite done it. You may also be shuffling money around to make your money work for you. I feel like you're being really resourceful in your energy. Now, what's really wonderful, you've got the Nine of Cups, and you've got the Star energy. So a wish is being fulfilled for you, okay? Now, before I even start your reading, we've got a deer. They're showing me a deer in the water. A deer, okay? So deers are beautiful, placid creatures. They symbolize love, okay, unconditional love. So maybe this is about you loving parts of yourself during this supermoon period that you haven't been able to love before, or that you're really like deepening your connection to love in general, whether you're looking for love or looking, you know, to sort of love yourself on a deeper level. I feel also the deer energy is renewal. It's almost like spring type energy is what I feel from that image. Now, it could be a signifier. For example, you know, a deer may visit your yard, or you may see a symbol or an image of a deer as you're going about your day-to-day. This indicates there's some really great news headed your way. You've got the card of correspondence there, and you've also got the courage card. So this is either some sort of correspondence, especially since we got the Queen of Swords as well. Something you've been waiting for, perhaps some really good news that actually helps you build a strategy or helps you move on the next part of your journey. It's like, I just see really good news, a symbol of a deer, but it's more than that. Queen of Swords, it's like you're able to be self-sufficient or something, okay? Maybe the energy will get a little bit more clear as we go through. It tends to get a little bit bumpy during supermoon energy, but it says here, the one who waits. So patience, waiting, determination. Now, it's covered by a correspondence letter. Okay, so this means that there's something you've been waiting to hear from, whether it's a job opportunity, or whether it's you know, some sort of health thing, or whether it's you're waiting to hear from somebody. There's communication that sets you free or liberates you in the month of August. And the catalyst for this information is the supermoon, just so you're aware, okay? But whatever it is you're waiting for is actually going to transform your life. It's showing up as a wish. It's something that you've been hoping for. It turns out in your favor, okay? Now, it could be something really grounded, like you're waiting for an opportunity, or you're waiting to hear about a grant, or you're waiting to hear about a move, or you're wanting to relocate in some way. Whatever it is, this information that comes towards you in the month of August actually is something that it stops you from worrying about something, is what they're giving me, because there's been a challenge, the Five of Wands here. You felt things have been a bit challenging for you. There's been no movement in some sort of area of your life for a while, and you've been wondering, are things going to head in the right direction? The answer is yes, okay? But someone is penning a letter or typing a letter as we speak, and you will receive it around about 4 or 5 days after the supermoon energy, okay? We're currently going through that energy, so I'd say within a week, you will have this really good news. This is the sort of news that allows you to move forward on something. So it could be the thumbs up on a project, or it could be your boss writing to you saying, you know, a position has become available. They'd love you to fill it. It's more money. I definitely feel there's you negotiating a better deal on something, okay? Or getting, I mean, signing contracts as well, because we got the Justice card energy coming through on this, okay? We got the Courage card, so this is you being strong. Your guides want you to be aware how proud they are of you, that you are someone who is very self-sufficient. You don't need anybody, but you want to be surrounded, of course, by the people that you love. This time period, you feel a little bit more organized than usual. And also speaking up for what you want, setting your intentions and aligning yourself with those intentions gives you greater understanding and courage to go after what you truly desire, okay? That is a tigeress right there. And this is the year of the tiger, of course. So I feel like you are finding your confidence, finding your voice over this period, and sort of, it's almost like I get this energy that you've arrived, you're speaking loud and proud over, you know, expressing yourself as to how you want things to be, okay? Now, the Courage card, also, you know, known as the Strength card, it's number 8 in the major arcanas. So I feel like you have had a very difficult journey, and I feel like you've learned the skill of endurance. You're the sort of person who, even when faced with challenging situations, you overcome those challenges with your courage. Now, a lot of people see Cancerians as very soft, emotional, sensitive people. And of course you are, but you would never want to cross a Cancerian. Absolutely not. You've got that external outer shell that is very tough, and you have the ability to go very cold, and when you need to or want to, as a self-protective measure. You don't want to in most circumstances, but that is one of your protective go-tos, where you just sort of go super cold. You go very insular. It's almost like the crab. You hide within your shell, okay? And to have a Cancerian take away their love or care or devotion or attention, it actually is quite devastating. So I feel that is something that you would rather not do, but if you're forced to, they're showing me how strong you are to be able to do that in order to protect your heart. But I feel like you won't need this measure. I feel like you're connecting more to love and openness. And I feel like they're just giving me this energy of vision. Your vision is very clear of what you want, and you are negotiating better deals for yourself, or getting what you want is what I see. Not in a sort of like bratty kind of child kind of way. I feel it's more that you're setting your intentions and it's showing up in your world. You're showing people that you deserve better, okay? And therefore they can see how you're treating yourself, so therefore they're acting accordingly and giving more respect is what I see. Whatever you've been struggling with, I feel like you overcome the obstacle. And also there's an energy here of you taming the beast within, whether that's you going through anxiety over something, or nervousness or worry about something. I feel like you are taming the beast within in order to, I feel like whatever correspondence comes through actually is a catalyst for making peace in your mind as well. So that's what's coming through. We got the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is someone who has vision of the future, someone who is a visionary, someone who is very, very strong, but can act sometimes quite detached, okay? And I feel like that's only when it's necessary, when you really want to set a strategy in place, where your focus is on something like either your career or how can I put this? It's almost like sometimes you feel yourself, my beautiful Cancerians, you feel yourself that your emotions are a weakness, and that is not true at all. Your sensitivity is second to none, and they want you to be aware of that actually your emotions are your superpower. And if you've been feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual, you may have had like a head over heart sort of battle going on between you, where you're trying to push down your emotions and think a little bit more logically. But you are naturally a very sensitive person who's very caring, compassionate. If you felt that people are taking advantage, or you've been overstretching yourself in your day-to-day with relationships or friendships or even stuff at work, I feel like you're changing the way that you operate in order to, yeah, I guess the card is like the one who frees, liberation, unstrained, freedom. No one's got the power over you. I feel also that you're letting your emotions be a bit more free during this period, because I feel they're pent up. It's almost like you've been trying to sort of like push them down, okay? If you felt stuck, or you felt someone's tried to have control over you in some way, I feel like you are actually releasing yourself from that energy. No one gets to control a Cancerian, no way. So you're very stubborn. You're a water element, just like me. I'm a Scorpio, and even though we can be very flexible because we are very fluid with that energy of water, boy, can we be stubborn. If you ever thought about water, how it erodes like the sides of banks over time, persistence in order to make new ways or forge new streams and rivers and things like that, we can be stubborn and never give up on something. So I feel that's something that is actually your strength as well. Now we've got the one who resists, fearless, justified, resistant. So releasing fears over this supermoon period. That's what the moon does in particular. It raises the shadow side. So when you come to supermoon energy, and this is the last one of the year, so it's the most potent one, it can feel a little bit volatile with regards to our emotions. So I feel like, you know, you're not allowing any fears to control you. I feel like you're processing things that have been getting in your way, that you've been resisting. I feel like you're cutting them out. And it's no accident that you got the scythe there. So you're cutting things out that are no longer necessary in your world and within your emotions. So now this is like hasty cutting something out. And it's something that I feel like you're cutting it out quite quickly now. But I feel like it's something that you've struggled with for a while. There's something you've been trying to cut out. So it could be like overeating on sugar. It could be a toxic friendship that you always give that person the benefit of the doubt, and because you're emotionally connected to that person and you don't really want to lose that person from your life. But if they are taking advantage or they are presenting toxic behavior, then it is detrimental to your self-care. So therefore you're eradicating it, you're releasing it from your world. Same with relationships or even toxic behavior at work. I feel like you're cutting things out. I mean, there's a scythe there. She's got a dagger there. So I feel, and this one is like got handcuffs, releasing that. So I feel definitely there is a release of fear. We got the death card. I mean, both cards have got scythes. So look at that. I didn't even notice that, my beautiful Cancerians. So basically it shows that you are eradicating any drama from your life. The Five of Wands is drama, okay? There is peace of mind. When you get this card and you've got these two cards next to it, it means that any problems that you've been experiencing, they are resolved and you will find a solution to bring harmony and success to your life. The death card symbolizes major change after a period of stagnation, and the fact that you've also got the stars here and the world, something is coming to an end for you that brings a very positive new beginning. This brings freedom. They're showing me here as well that you have been on a personal journey of self-discovery, trying to release drama or trying to release negative situations from your life, and you are succeeding, but sometimes you may feel a little bit lonely or you may feel a little bit cold. And they're indicating you don't have to harden your heart to these situations. You can keep love alive in your heart. It's just knowing when a person feels good to be with or not, or a situation feels good or not, and you're just sorting the wheat from the chaff in your life. So it's not about you feeling lonely. You will find your soul tribe. You will find more people who are spiritually evolving in the same way that you are, and you will reconnect to that energy, so you're not alone, okay? But the death card is making space or making adjustments for something greater. Each pile tells me that you are making space for something new. So whether you are thinking about a new job or a new location to live in, or you're thinking about shaking up the way that you respond to challenging situations, and you're facing things head on and not allowing fear to impede your path, you're making progress over this supermoon energy. Five of Wands, card of challenge, okay, but you're eradicating challenges. Now, of course, the only way to eradicate a challenge is to have courage and overcome those things rather than bury your head in the sand. And I feel like that's not something that you're doing at all. I feel like you are meeting things head on. The Queen of Swords indicates you have truth of vision. You're really honest with yourself during this period, saying, you know what, this is not vibing with me anymore. It does not deserve a place in my life. You're creating healthier boundaries. You're connecting to a strong self-esteem energy, and you're making calculated and true decisions that actually help put you in a really good position going forward in life, okay? So I feel like actually if you're asking whether you're on the right path, the answer is yes. Even if you feel right now that you're a little bit lost or you've been a little bit stuck or stagnant, the energy of that supermoon is a catalyst for change, okay? And when we get this card in this position, it tends to mean success over adversity. So it's almost like you've been going through a very, very testing time, either emotionally or you felt there's been a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. I feel like you're shaking things up. But there's part of you here, especially with that courage card and the correspondence, some of you may be actually writing down how you feel, journaling, or telling people in written words how you feel if you find it hard to express yourself. During this moon period, you may actually take a pen up yourself and express yourself. Now also, Spirit is showing me that your voice and what you have to say is so important. So important. You may not voice how can I put this? You may not voice what you need to say often in a sharp way, if that makes sense. You always try to be quite diplomatic because you don't want confrontation. You're not the sort of person who seeks an argument or a fight or any drama. But I feel what you have to say is clear and cutting if the situation warrants it. And I feel you are changing the way people see you. Okay, because you may be feeling misunderstood in some way, where people sort of take advantage or of your kindness, perhaps. I'm just getting this energy of you finding your voice. Also, if you work within an industry where your voice or your written word or what you have to say, it impacts largely, not just locally, it impacts on a lot of people. So be mindful that you can change things with your voice and that it is important. Okay, so if you've grown up, for example, always being told to be quiet or stay in your lane, or you've got nothing to say, or you're not intelligent, or any of those things, that is not true. Okay, they want you to be aware that actually you are very, very intelligent. Right now you're trying to be very logical about something, and you're trying to push your emotions down about something. But remember, your emotions are your intuitive power, and they are actually they enhance your instincts. So don't let your head win over your heart, is what they're saying. Now we've also got the one who is wild and the one who flies. So there may be something that you're doing that is radically different that you normally do, whether you are shaking up your schedule, or you're going for that job that people said you can't do, or you're going for a new opportunity even despite world circumstances and economic uncertainty. I feel like you're going after your dreams and your goals at high speed, and you're having the courage to take the first step or initiate the first step. I mean, it could be that you're planning something with a strategy right there, but whatever it is, you're moving closer to a win, closer to a success story. The one who is wild, you're embracing that wonderful spirit that you came to this lifetime with. Okay, you're allowing yourself to be free. There's this energy of you having no restraints. So some of you may actually have had a large bill hanging over your head for many, many years that you've been paying off, and suddenly you're free of it. I just get this energy of all the pressure that's been building up suddenly been released, and it just feels great. It feels good. Some of you may actually want to get into nature on some sort of retreat, for example, and be at one with nature, and feel like you have no ties to anything. Because, I mean, this is about, the ties that bind being released, and this is like handcuffs being released. So this time period is like releasing so much pressure from the past as well as for the future. I feel like you're really putting yourself in a really good position. Now, also, some of you may have decided to burn things like incense. That's coming up right now, incense, whether you've just put some incense on or you're called to buy some. You may walk past a store and smell this amazing smell. You're like, what is that? And you've got to have some of that. I feel like you're incensing your home space. I feel it's to bring more peace of mind, but it also brings you clarity and flashes of vision. I feel like you may have psychic flashes during this period that help you with your future, okay? Also, with this mysterious card, sometimes you may feel a little bit misunderstood and not appreciated. But I feel in this particular next 5 weeks, you're going to be noticed for who you are, what you bring to the table of life, and people are going to let you know that they actually appreciate your presence in their world, that you actually bring a lot to them. You are someone who is necessary. Your guides want you to be aware that you are valuable. Now, they've asked me to pause after that because they want it to really sink in. You are valuable. So someone needs to hear that out there. You're valuable. And that's not me saying that. Your guides are saying that. I mean, I absolutely back that up. You are valuable, but they want you to be aware of how important you are and how appreciated you are, even when there's moments where you don't feel it. We've got the one who flies, and this is to be bold, dare, and do reach. You got the courage card there, so you're doing something that is out of the norm. You're doing something daring. You're having the courage. You're going to get a buildup of energy and power over this period to do anything that you set your mind to. Some of you may be negotiating new contracts. Some of you may be actually speaking your dreams into being. Remember, what we manifest in our mind, we can have in our hand. Also, words are so important. Every time you utter a word, you're actually manifesting out to the universe. You're spelling, okay? You're casting a spell with your words. That's why a word, when you break it down, it's called spelling. You spell that word. So the same is like everything you say to the universe. So if you're constantly saying you're not good enough, or you're stupid, or you're not lovable, or you're ugly, if you're saying those things to yourself in your mind, you're actually making it so. You're actually sort of casting it out to the universe. So be mindful of how you even talk to yourself, because you guys want you to be aware that any negative self-talk that comes your way from another person, you would not accept it. You would just not, you would be angry. You would have a go at that person and say, you can't talk to me like that. How dare you? So your guys want you to be aware. Why is it you think you can talk to you like that? Because sometimes you do have a tendency to have negative thoughts about yourself and your self-image. That's what they're showing me. So if that's you, my beautiful Cancerians, they want you to know you are lovable, and to change, or you are in the process of changing the way that you talk about yourself, okay? But whatever it is that you're daring to do, it's showing up as a wish come true. The star is all about clarity, okay? A renewal of hope, and a wish being granted. But it's more than that. This is a period of healing. Healing the things within ourselves that we have avoided. Healing the things within ourselves that have kept ourselves stuck, or almost like that has been building up in pressure within ourselves. So for example, if many years ago you were bullied, and those bullies told you that you were not good enough, or that you were ugly, or that there was something wrong with you, you know, you may have left that in the past. But sometimes it may influence the way that you look at yourself, especially when things go wrong. You may remember that energy. You may not remember what the person said, but you know how you felt, and you start to beat yourself up about situations. So you guys want you to be aware that you're becoming clear on how energy from the past has impacted and impeded your journey. And not that you were aware of it, but I feel like now you're becoming aware of it, and you're now no longer allowing it to control you, okay? The star energy is all about a breakthrough, okay? It's interesting that it's number 16 in the Norman deck there, because actually the tower is normally number 16, and 17 is a star energy, which means there's a breakthrough after the tower. So if you're feeling restricted, the tower is normally like a prison type energy, or a restriction. You've met a limitation in some area of your life. You're breaking through that, okay? And all those signs, the scythe, the handcuffs, the ties that bind, you're breaking free from all that. Now this time period in particular is about embracing the inner rebel and breaking free from any conventions or expectations. So this is showing up heavily in your reading, okay? Make a wish, I would say. There is a wish coming true here, but this is more than, it's about vision. It's about inspiration. Suddenly you're inspired to act upon an idea. Suddenly you're inspired to maybe change the way that you've been responding to certain circumstances. I don't know if you heard that sound. There was like a, oh, that just came through there. I'm scrying at the same time as doing the reading. I'm gonna have to sort of like rewind the video to see if you caught it on camera, but it came through very loud on my scrying, so I'm just going to check the camera to see if it happened there. Some of you may hear it, some of you may not, but I'll check on the video to see if it's clear. Now they're also showing me, okay, they're showing me a stamp on the floor. So a stamp that someone sends a correspondence letter, okay? So I feel like seeing a stamp on the floor just randomly on its own is something to look out for over the next 4 to 5 weeks. I mean, stamps represent journeys or correspondence from further afield. Stamp is also like making your mark. a stamp is put on a letter or an envelope in order to give it passage to travel. Or so some of you may be given the thumbs up to travel or have a vacation or a destination that you're going towards, or a relocation. But they're just showing me a stamp on its own on the floor. So this is something to look out for over the next 4 to 5 weeks. It tends to be a signifier that your luck is changing. Okay, so look out for that. Now also we've got the World. So this is a very productive month for you. Anything that you start, you finish. If you tend to be the sort of person who starts a project, gets really excited about it, and then gets all up in your head like, oh, maybe it's not good enough, or maybe, you know, I'm not heading in the right direction, or I'm not sure where to go next with this project, and then you leave it by the wayside, you're going to be very, very in the flow this month, and you're going to finish what you start. Okay, now the World card also indicates closure on things that have been difficult or have been left wide open, whether it's a wound, whether it's a lesson, whether it's a situationship, whether it is something that has been left unfinished or has delayed in process. You will get closure on these things over the supermoon period. This is a time of abundance. Oh, I just noticed there's a deer. Deer in the card. So I can't remember exactly when they showed me the deer when I was shuffling, but they're showing me a deer right now. So again, in the World card. So this is a time of abundance, something that you've been found challenging or you've been fighting for is actually working out in your favor. I mean, the World card is about you being in the right place at the right time on your journey to receive abundance. This is a card of success and things coming full circle for you, okay? But it's also a card of perspective, releasing fear. Remember that you're a human being, not just a human doing, okay? So you don't always have to be doing. Sometimes you can allow the universe to bestow benevolence upon you and trust that the universe has your back and it's bringing good fortune your way. Now, they're showing me a time in my life, interesting. So they obviously want me to tell you about this. I don't often talk about myself in situations, but they're showing me an image of me. So I got to talk about this. So basically there was many years ago, I was in a very toxic work environment and it was robbing me of my soul. I knew it. I was always unwell, I had lost loads of weight, I was unhappy, but it paid really well and I had responsibilities. I still have responsibilities to look after my family and pay the bills. And we're in a very evolving and very changeable world right now. So of course, all of us are focusing on finances and cutting back in some areas and making sure that we've got enough and keeping ourselves stabilized. Well, back then, I did not leave that job because I felt, you know, I had those responsibilities and it paid really well. So it made sure I got everybody covered and all the responsibilities were met just about in that period of my life. And then these people took more and more advantage of my energy and they were making redundancies and they were giving me more and more work to do. I was doing the work of other people and I found myself not able, even being able to be with my family during most of the days because I was working a full solid like 6 a.m. shift, sometimes 5, and was not leaving till like 9 p.m. So it's like crazy time. So in the end, I was like, what am I working for? I'm working to sort of be responsible and look after my family, but I'm actually having no family time. So I've got to really see what's going on here. And they brought me into a meeting, about something that the company becomes so bad. Anyway, and suddenly it's almost like I wasn't myself. And I sort of stood up and was like, today's my last day, I'm leaving. And I was like in my head going, what are you doing? What are you doing? But the other part of me was really calm, like, this is happening, I'm leaving. And they were like, what? And I was like, yep, forget the month's notice, I'm gone. You can keep the money for the month, I'm gone. I just had enough. And I got all my stuff and I left. And I had no idea what I was gonna do. But this sense of calm came over me. And it was really sort of like, don't worry, you will be provided for, okay? Now, of course, I went out looking for other jobs and opportunities and blah, blah, blah. And there was this sense of, you don't have to force it. It's going to come. And I feel that for your energy. And actually, loads of opportunities just headed my way. And, I didn't force it. I didn't worry about it. I just felt like I trusted the universe. Things were going to show up, and they did. Okay, and that was the first time in my life where I actually really did that. And from then it actually started a journey for me that is led to now, I guess. So it's very important to remember that the universe does have your back. And the more we force things, the more we worry about things, they don't show up. Have you ever noticed when you've really wanted something really bad and you focus on that thing and it just doesn't materialize? But as soon as you step back and you're like, you know what, I'd love that thing. And then you just sort of like trust or just throw it out to the universe. Suddenly it appears because you didn't attach a desperation energy, or you didn't attach an energy that, you know, it must show up in this way. Allow the universe to bring your order in a timely fashion by not forcing it. So I'm not sure why they wanted me to give you that, but I did. So I do apologize, but I don't normally talk about me. This is all about you, but sometimes they give me that image of me in the water when they want me to talk about that. So there you go. Moving on, we got the Nine of Cups. So whatever it is you are wishing for, it is showing up for you. This is a card of you being satisfied that you did everything you could to put yourself in a position of stable energy and peaceful energy, peace of mind energy. So the Nine of Cups also is a card of completion, and you've got two cards of completion, or, you know, a wish being fulfilled, an achievement of desire. This is all your hard work paying off. Okay, this is you doing a job well done, or whatever it is you're manifesting, being satisfied that it is being shown for you. Okay, it's showing up for you. It's a card of success. So is the World card. So I feel whatever it is you're planning, whatever it is you're taking a leap of faith in, whatever it is you're having the courage to actualize and move towards, and, you know, I feel like you're setting an intention and it's showing up for you. Okay, so this period is a prime manifestation period where the things that you see in your mind you can have in your hand. So be mindful of that. Even though it's a very pressurized energy, sometimes we all know that in very pressurized situations good things come. Okay, there is a restructure. The first card you got there is confidence. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? 5. They're showing me 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 4. They want one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Cancerians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them? Thank you so much. So the first card we got is confidence. Okay. And it says here, your success will be determined by your own confidence, self-image, love yourself, outlook, believing. So that's come up strongly in the reading about, you know, the way that you talk about yourself to yourself, you know, that little voice inside when, you know, the way you big yourself up or tear yourself down in moments. We all do it, okay? It's a human experience, but it's about learning to observe it and control it, where we sort of go, no, I'm not talking to myself like that. I deserve better. I deserve to talk to myself in a more encouraging fashion. So very important. Your confidence is key. We've also got Shamanic Drumming. And it says here, allow music to heal your soul and connect you to spirit. Expression, music signs, sound healing. So definitely a lot of healing going on during this period. Some of you may attend sound bath classes, or you may be trying to emulate that by listening to YouTube videos that have sound baths there. Or some of you, I mean, literally may be going to a shamanic drumming. But this is about your self-expression. Very important, okay, during this time period. I mean, important normally, but this is the thing that you'll be focusing on the most over the full moon period. We've got offerings. Okay, and it says here, there is an offer or a gift that is meant for you. Trust it. Offer a gift showing respect and healing. So as I said, there's an opportunity showing up for you, something that you've been wishing for. It's showing up the way that you want it, and I feel it actually is very fulfilling for you. This is something that is just for you, something that you've been manifesting. And it can show up in the form of a job opportunity or a financial raise, success. It could literally be a gift, but it's a start of good fortune. We've also got snake. Okay, when we start to arise and we start to be successful, there's always going to be somebody who wishes it was them, and they present themselves in a very low vibe energy. And it says here, the snake, beware of hidden snakes that pretend to be harmless. Secret enemies, rival, fake friends. Now, the fact that you've got the 5 of Wands here can be conflict. Okay, I feel like you're eradicating any conflict or any fake friends or any frenemies, things like that, because your intuition is so on point, my beautiful Cancerians. You're shutting them out, you're cutting them off. Okay, so I feel you're actually aware of the energy that surrounds you, and you are cutting out that drama. So we already saw that in the reading. We've also got climb up the ladder. And it says, you're climbing the ladder of success one step at a time. Promotion, more success, improvement, raise. So a lot of you, even though these are difficult times, there's going to be an energy here of you getting some sort of raise or incentive to staircase in your career. It's not all about career, but because your 2nd and 8th houses are focused, it's all about value, how you value yourself, knowing that you deserve better, and transforming your finances. I mean, some of you may work for yourself and self-sufficient. I feel like you're elevating and evolving and expanding your business. And for those of you who are thinking about setting up your own business, I feel like it's the next step that you're taking that actually leads to success. It leads to that wish fulfillment. All your cards are indicating you're on the up. Okay, I feel like you're putting yourself in a really good position as well. I know that inflation's going up, and bills are going up, and cost of living's going up. I actually feel like you're negotiating some sort of plan within you to make sure you're in a really good position to weather the storm. Okay, a lot of signs have been given the card of the bison, which means you're protected, but you have a strategy. So leap of faith. I knew the leap of faith was going to come out. This is so interesting. Okay, leap of faith. You're taking some sort of leap of faith, some sort of new start in your life, having the courage to take that leap of faith. As you can see, we've got the wonderful spider's web there to catch you. This figure here is walking a tightrope, so you may feel like there's a calculated risk that you're taking, but it works out in your favor. Okay, now they're indicating here that Spirit's got your back. They want you to be aware of that. And if you're reaching for something greater, something you're reaching for a wish, take that leap of faith. You will accomplish whatever it is you set out to. Okay. Also, spiders' webs are good luck. They actually represent catching dreams, or that's why a dream catcher is in the shape of a spider's web, of course. So I feel whatever you're going through during this time period, it's going to be a game changer. And it all starts with inner truths. Being honest with yourself, looking at your life and saying, what's not working for me? What's really working for me? What path do I need to take next? What feels good? Do I enjoy what I do? And if I don't, how do I change the way I operate in order to make it more enjoyable? Or how do I release it from my life with love and say, you know what, I don't need to connect to this anymore. It's just not working. So it's about being really honest and finding the path that actually vibes and brings happiness towards you. Okay. Now, really interesting, because your reading is very close to Virgo's reading that I did earlier, because they were showing me a leap of faith and that sort of energy. And in the water right now, they're actually showing me a Scrabble board. And for Virgo, they showed me like a word search. But they're showing me a Scrabble board for you. So either you are a keen Scrabble player. I don't know. I don't have a Scrabble board, so I don't really know. But I know that you put like lettered cubes on a board to create words. So maybe this is about finding the right words to manifest, or the right words to say to somebody, because you got the letter card, or someone is finding the right words and sending the right words to you. So please take it as it resonates. Also, number 16 is important. It's showing up several times in your reading. We've got number 16 there as well for you. 16, very important. Okay. Now the Scrabble board, this could also be that you see a Scrabble board on your walks, or a Scrabble piece even, just lying in the street, on the sidewalk. It signifies there's really good luck, or a really great news headed your way, something that you have been waiting for. Okay. Okay. Now we've got Lion, Higher Calling, Giraffe, Visionary, and we've got Swan, Grace. So Higher Calling. You'll be connecting to this energy over the supermoon period. It says here, you have within you all the courage you need. Interesting, one of your first cards was the courage card. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and for your tribe. So I definitely felt that sense of responsibility coming through on your reading. You may feel that you have responsibilities within your family unit, of course, and you may feel sometimes a little bit unappreciated, but they are going to show you they care and appreciate you a lot. Okay. Also have the courage to act on any visions. We've got the visionary card, and it says, rise above earthly matters, such as drama, things like that. Glide through life with grace. You are able to see the right path. Stand tall in your self-worth and love with a big heart. Okay, so that's definitely, I mean, this probably encompasses the most of the reading that I've already done. So definitely your guides are giving you the exact cards that you need to see. And we've got Swan Grace. Okay, and it says, you who glide across the waters of my soul, bring light, bring me your wisdom and light. Sorry, I'll start again. You who glide across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Okay, some of you will be attracting love if that's what you're hoping for. You may meet this person at a gathering where there is competition. So, for example, if someone invites you to watch the game with them, or if you are being invited to some sort of award ceremony or something like that, I feel that's where you may meet this new person. Okay, if you're already with somebody, I actually see you and this person. If you've been arguing recently, I see you both sort of finding a little bit more peace and harmony, and having a really deep and honest, open conversation to help you move past things. And I feel like both of you enter a new cycle of working together in a more healthy way. Okay, now I'm just connecting to the energy here. Okay, so we have the home space energy. They were showing me a house, so I thought maybe it was property, and this does connect to property as well, but I feel this is more about grounding the home space, your dwelling. So maybe you're manifesting stability in the home space. Some of you may be doing DIY, or even thinking about where you belong, thinking about relocating, but this rune actually connects to the home space, so you will feel a little bit more grounded. And some of you may go into real estate, or you may be thinking about buying or selling your home space in some way. So you know, this connects to your second house of value as well, you know, possessions. So we've also got, okay, so we've got this in the reverse. We've got the rune, which is connected to the human, and it's all about the self. Now, it's in the reverse, so this kind of indicates that you tend to put others before you, and it's something that you definitely need to look at. Sometimes you may feel alone because you're always helping other people, or you're always giving out your energy and you feel like it's never reciprocated, so you may feel alone in your actions and unappreciated. But they're showing me that you're actually going to turn this energy around. Remember to think about yourself in situations like this. Don't leave yourself out, and also be a little bit more compassionate towards yourself as well. Okay, now don't shoot the messenger when I say this as well, but that rune can sometimes be about victim mode energy. And we all get into that at some point. You know, we always feel like we're put upon, but we have to look at our own circumstances and see how we put ourselves in those positions. So, for example, going back to the workplace that I worked in, you know, not one stage, because I was worried to lose my job at that stage way back then, not one stage did I say no. No, I'm not going to do the job of 4 people. I'm sorry, I deserve better. Show me more money. Show me a little bit more respect for my time. I could have spoken up. And we've got the Queen of Swords there. So, you know, we do have to take accountability for our own actions as well, and look at sort of situations in our life where we allow people to take advantage of us. Now, we all do it in some respect. We don't mean to, but suddenly we found ourselves saying yes to everything. Sometimes the word no is a very important word that creates healthy boundaries. Okay, and we can say it in a variety of ways. We can say, no, I'm really sorry, I can't help on that project right now because I've got a lot on myself, but if I do find some time, I absolutely will hit you up and I will help you. Okay, or it can be that, yeah, it's interesting that we're making a lot of redundancies right now, and I really respect the fact that there's an overflow of work. But if we could distribute it evenly amongst people, I'll be more than happy to help everybody out. But we need to look at my pay pack. we need to look at, so, we can say no in a variety of forms in order to negotiate a better deal for ourselves. It's all about reciprocity. I hope I made myself clear there on that. I feel like it's about making sure that we communicate our needs so that we are not misconstrued or misunderstood. The throat chakra is very, very important. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonated in that reading for you, my beautiful Cancerians. Very bumpy energy, the supermoon, so it tends to be a little bit like disjointed, so I hope there was some sort of clarity in it for you. If there was, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Cancerians. Love and light.